Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss about signal flow graph in control systems. In the previous module, we discussed about block diagram reduction techniques for solving block diagram to find the overall transfer function of the system. This is another method to find the overall transfer function of system. The content of this video mainly focus on signal flow graph and its various terminologies, Mason's gain formula, signal flow graph problem and its solution, conversion of block diagram into signal flow graph, find solution by converting block diagram into signal flow graph. Signal flow graph is used to represent the control system graphically. It represents a set of simultaneous linear algebraic equations. By taking Laplace transform, the time domain differential equations governing a control system can be transferred to a set of algebraic equations in S domain. The signal flow graph of the system can be constructed by using a set of these equations. S.J. Mason has developed a simple procedure that is called Mason's gain formula to determine the transfer function of the system represented as a signal flow graph. Transfer function of a system can be defined as the ratio of Laplace transform of output to the Laplace transform of input. So normally in a system, R of S is represented as input to the system and C of S as output of the system. Now we see some of the terminologies used in signal flow graph. Node is a point representing a variable or signal. Branch is a directed line segment joining two nodes. The arrow on the branch indicates the direction of signal flow and gain of a branch, which is called as the transmittance. Transmittance is the gain occurred by the signal when it travels from one node to another. It can be a real or complex. Input node or source node. It is a node having only outgoing branches. Output node or sink. It is a node that has only incoming branches. Whereas mixed mode have both incoming and outgoing branches. So in this signal flow graph, here R is the input node which has only the outgoing branch, whereas Y is the output node. So the connecting nodes R and E is called the branch, which normally represented by gain. Here R, E, Y3, Y2, Y, these are all variables. Whereas G1, G2, minus H1, minus H2 are all gains. Then, what is path? Path is a traversal of connected branches in the direction of the arrows. The path should not cross a node more than once. Open path starts at a node and ends at another node. Closed path starts and ends at same node. Forward path, it is a path from an input node to an output node that does not cross any node more than once. Forward path gain, it is the product of the branch transmittance gains of a forward path. Individual loop, it is a closed loop path starting from a node and after passing through a certain part of a graph arrives at the same node without crossing any node more than once. With reference to this signal flow graph, here the path starting from R node, then it ends at Y node. It is called a forward path. Here, loop, individual loop. Suppose a signal starting from E goes through these two branches and reaches Y2, then through this feedback path, then it reaches E. Then this forms a closed loop. When you multiply the gains in the closed path is called closed loop gain. When you multiply all the gain in a forward path is called forward path gain. In this signal flow graph, starting from R node to node Y, this forms a path. Here, when you multiply G1, G2, the other gains in this forward path will give the forward path gain. Next, what is loop gain? Loop gain is a product of the branch gains of the loop. Non-touching loops, if the loop does not have a common node, then they are said to be non-touching loops. In this example, here, starting from node Y3, the signal travels through Y2 and Y, then coming back to Y3. Then this forms a loop. So here, multiplying all the gains, G1, G2, and minus H1 will give the loop gain. Here in this problem, whether there is a non-touching loop is there or not. So here there are three loops, this problem, but there is no common node among the three loops. So this example doesn't have any non-touching loops. Next we see Mason's gain formula. Mason's gain formula is mainly used to find the overall transfer function of system. Mason's gain formula is represented by this expression T of S is equal to 1 by delta into summation of Pk del k. Here Pk is the forward path gain of the kth forward path. Here for a system there may be a k number of forward paths. So according to the number of forward path, k value varies. Whereas del, which is equal to 1 minus sum of individual loop gains plus sum of gain product of all possible combination of two non-touching loops minus sum of gain products of all possible combination of three non-touching loops plus and so on. Next, del k. Del k is nothing but the del value for that part of the graph which is not touching kth forward path. For a system having two forward paths, the transfer function can be expressed, which is equal to 1 by del into summation of P1 del 1 plus P2 del 2. So likewise, if the number of forward path increases, the summation term also has to be written. Now let us consider a problem to solve the signal flow graph by using Mason's gain formula. So in this problem, there are number of forward paths and individual loops and two non-touching loops. The first step in solving signal flow graph problem is to identify the number of forward path and its corresponding gains, then individual loops and its loop gains, and finally number of non-touching loops and the corresponding gains. So in this problem, starting from the node 1 to 8th node, how many forward path? So this forms the first forward path. Then another forward path is starting from 1, 2, then node number 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 2 forward paths in this system. Second, how many loops? So here you can see starting from node 2, the signal flows through the 3, node 4 and node 5 and coming back to node number 2. So this forms a loop. So I can understood this. So here this forms a loop. Here, so 1 second I take this. So if we take this example, starting from node 2, when we traverse the signal through 3, 4, 5, then through 6. Is it possible? No, because the signal through G6 and from starting from node 2 to 5 are same in the same direction. These two forms the parallel path. This will not form a loop. So next we take the next node 3. So starting from node 3, then 4, and the signal coming back to 3 through this feedback. So this form a loop. Next, starting from node 3, the signal flows through this branch to 4, then to 5, then coming back to 3 through this feedback. Then this forms another loop. And the third loop is, let us consider this node. The signal flow through this reaches 7, then coming back to same node. So this forms another loop. So there are 3 individual loops in this problem. Next, finding the 2 non-touching loops. So considering this loop and this loop, these two are all 2 non-touching loops because there is no common node between these 2 loops. Next, considering this loop, node 3, 4, 5 to 3 and this loop. So there is no common node. So these 2 loops are non-touching. Let us see each case separately. So there are 2 forward paths and its corresponding gains, forward path gains are P1. The first forward path gain is G1 into G2, into G3, into G4 and G5. Then for the second forward path, the forward path gain is G6 and G4, G5. So we will get Pt equal to G4, G5, G6. Next we move on to finding the individual loop gains. So in this problem, there are 3 loops. So the first loop is from 3, 4 and the signal returned to the same 3, G2 and minus H1. So which will give L11 equal to minus G2 H1. And the second loop is concerning the node 3, 4, 5 and the signal returning back to 3 through this branch minus H2. So the corresponding loop gain is minus G2, G3 and H2. Third individual loop is signal starting from node 6 to 7 and coming back to 6. This will form the another loop. Its corresponding gain is minus G5 and H3. Next to finding the 2 non-touching loops. So here So in this, considering the loops L11 and L2, these two loops, these two are not touching. So it's corresponding gains. So multiply all the gain values in the two non-touching loops, G2 into minus H1 and G5 into minus H3. So we'll get L12 equal to G2, G5, H1, H3. For the next forward, in the next forward path, the two non-touching loops are G2, G3 into minus H2 and G5 into minus H3. So the loop gain is G2, G3, G5, H2, H3. Actually, this feedback path have so here actually this feed is minus H3, G5. So next, so once we find the forward path gains, then individual loop gains and two non-touching loops, we can write del, which is equal to 1 minus summation of individual loop gains plus summation of two non-touching loop gains. So substituting all the gain values in this expression, we'll get del equal to 1 plus G2 H1 plus G2 G3 H2 plus G5 H3 plus G2 G5 H1 H3 plus G2 G3 G5 H2 and H3. Next, we have to find out del 1 and del 2. Del 1 is equal to swell becomes 1 because there is no part of the graph which is not touching with the first forward path. Considering the second forward path, the part of the graph which is non-touching with the second forward path is node 3, 4 and the signal coming back to 3. So that its gain value is G2 into minus H1. So del 2 becomes 1 minus of minus G2 H2, which will become 1 plus G2 H1. Now we have all the expression, that is we have del value and P1 and P2 value and del 1 del 2 value. Now if you replace all these expression with the expression, you will get the overall transfer function of the system becomes G1, G2, G3, G4, G5 plus G4, G5, G6 into 1 plus G2 H1 all divided by 1 plus G2 H1 plus G2 G3 H2 plus G5 H3 plus G2 G5 H1 H3 plus G2 G3 G5 H2 H3. So while solving problem on signal flow graph, the important points to be noted is, so we have to identify number of forward path and its corresponding gains, then individual loops and its gains, then the number of non-touching loops and non-touching loop gains. These are very, very important for solving problem on signal flow graph. Next, we move on to conversion of block diagram into signal flow graph. There are some basic steps to be followed while converting the given block diagram into signal flow graph. So while solving this kind of problem in conversion, we have to represent each input output nodes, each input output points and summing point and branch point in between cascaded blocks has to be given some numbers and which has to be replaced with the corresponding nodes. So draw the nodes separately as small circle and the number of circles in the order of 1, 2, 3. Then from the block diagram, find the gain between each node in the main forward path and connect all the corresponding circles by straight line and mark the gain between the nodes. Next, draw the feedback forward path between various nodes and mark the gain of feed forward path along with the sign. Next, draw the feedback paths between various nodes and mark the gain of feedback paths along with the sign. Now let us solve a problem by converting the given block diagram into signal flow graph, then by using Mason's gain formula to find the overall transfer function of the system. So for this problem, in this block diagram, there are a number of summing point and branch point here. So now what I do is I give numbers for each summing point, branch point, input, output nodes, starting from the input branch. So I represented this as I have given as 1, then this summing point as 2, this summing point as 3, then this summing point as 4, this branch point as 5, then this branch point as 6, this summing point as 7, this summing point, this branch point as 8, finally the output as number 9. Now I mark the numbers into nodes. So for each number I draw the node points. Then I have connected all the nodes by connecting branches. Then starting from each branch point or summing point, so I connect all the branches between nodes, either in the forward path or feedback path. So let us consider the summing point on input side with the number 2. Then this is connected to branch point 8. Now I connect here node 2 and node 8. Then considering the second summing point, which represent 3, and it is connected to branch point 6. Now I connect node 3 and 6. Then I move on to summing point 4. I connect this summing point through this gain H2, feedback gain H2, 8. So I have connected 4 and 8. Then I have taken the branch point 5, which is connected to summing point 8 through gain G4. So now I connected node 5 and 7 with the forward path gain G4. Likewise, we have to connect all the nodes with its corresponding forward path and feedback gains. Once we have the signal flow graph, we can use the Mason's gain formula to find the overall transfer function of the system as we solved the previous problem. So for this problem, we have to identify number of forward paths and individual loops and two non-touching loops. So with respect to this signal flow graph, starting from node 1 to 9, so this forms the first forward path. Then from starting from node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and through this G4 gain path, 7 and 8, 9. This forms another forward path. So there are two forward paths in this signal flow graph. Next step is to identify the number of individual loops. Starting from the node 2, traversing through this forward path, so we get reaches 8 node and coming back to 2. This forms the first loop. Next loop is starting from 3, traverses through 4, 5, 6, then coming back again to 3. This forms another loop. Then starting from the node 4, the signal flow through 5, 6, 7, 8, and then through this feedback coming back to 4. So this forms another loop. Then considering again starting from node 4 through 5 and through this forward path it reaches 7, then again 8, then coming back to 4. This forms another loop. So this is the fourth loop. Then once again starting from node 2 and the signal flow through these branches and through G4 it reaches 7, 8 and coming back to 2. This forms another loop. So there are 5 individual loops in this problem. Next we have to check whether there are any non-touching loop. With respect to, so when you consider in this problem, all the loops are touching. There are no common nodes. So there are no two non-touching loops in this problem. So next we move on to solving the problem in a step-by-step way. So as we already found that there are two forward paths. So its corresponding path gains are, for the first forward path gain is G1, G2, G3. For the second forward path, the gain is G1, G4. Next is loop gains. So already we have found there are 5 individual loops. For the first 3 loops, the loop gains are G1, G2, H1. And for the second loops, the loop gain is G2, G3, H2 minus. Then for the third loop, the loop gain is G1, G2, G3 into minus 1. So we'll get minus G1, G2, G3. Next 2 loops are the gains G4 into minus H2. And for the fifth loop, the loop gain is G1, G4 into minus 1. So we'll get minus G1, G4. So there are 5 individual loops. And as we observed from the signal flow graph, there are no combination of two non-touching loops. Now, we have to formulate the Mason's gain formula. So, what is delta value? Which is equal to 1 minus summation of individual loop gains plus summation of two non-touching loop gains. As there are no two non-touching loop gains, so we consider only individual loop gains. So, substituting the expressions, we get del value equal to 1 plus G1 G2 H1 plus G2 G3 H2 plus G1 G2 G3 plus G4 H2 plus G1 G4. And next step is to find del 1 del 2. Del 1 is value becomes 1 because there are no part of the graph which is not touching with the first forward path. And del 2 value is also 1 as there are no part of graph which is not touching with the second forward path. So now we have all the gains, that is forward path gains, individual loop gains, and the del 1, del 2 values. Now we can substitute the values in the final Mason's gain formula. The Mason's gain formula can be written as 1 by del into P1 into del 1 plus P2 into del 2. So substituting all the expressions, we will get the overall transfer function is equal to 2 forward path gains, the numerator G1, G2, G3 plus G1, G4 divided by 1 plus 5 individual loop gains. That is 1 plus G1, G2, H1 plus G2, G3, H2 plus G1, G2, G3 plus G4, H2 plus G1, G4. So with this example problem, so we have discussed the signal flow graph and its various terminologies, and we have solved 2 problems: how to find overall transfer function of the signal flow graph by using Mason's gain formula, and in the second case we have converted the given block diagram into signal flow graph, and we have used the Mason's gain formula to find the overall transfer function of the system. When you compare block diagram with signal flow graph, so in case of signal flow graph, we use only a simple formula, Mason's gain formula. So finding the forward path gains, individual loop gains, and non-touching loop gains are very easy, and easily you can sum it in the expression. So it is very easy to find the overall transfer function by using Mason's gain formula. Whereas in a block diagram, so we have to follow some standard rules, that is block diagram reduction rules for solving the problem, and also it takes some steps, 6 or 7 steps to arrive the final overall transfer function of the system. And it also sometimes takes much time to solve the problem. So if you have two problems, one on block diagram and signal flow graph, it is advisable to take the signal flow graph to find the overall transfer function of the system. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you all have understood the concept of signal flow graph. So during this COVID-19 lockdown period, we all be stay at home, be safe and be healthy. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.